was actually about meeting the needs of principals. I still recall that day. It was really clear to me that it had hit a nerve and a need for them, and I actually got quite emotional because it was what I had felt as a principal as well. My backstory is principal of 21 years, if I count back, and that was through remote, rural and regional Queensland, pretty much in that area. I want to say to you that the more remote you are as a principal, and this is my experience, the more connected you are with your colleagues. It is a complete irony in our system. I felt more connection there with my colleagues than what I did in my big school in Rockhampton. I'm looking across a system of schools and going, how do we truly get collaborative empowerment between our principals? We started down the path of doing communities of practice. My thinking as the ARD at the time was if I could get Pete in to help principals learn some of these ways of working collectively, that they could get more depth and rigour. So just a couple of quick things. We have our agenda. Our individual leadership updates are really quite powerful, and I'll show you what that looks like, and if you're doing the training, Pete will no doubt unpack that. We typically have the hot issues workout prior to a break, and our break is often, we end up working through our break anyways. We have a PD quick share, and then we have a PD intensive. We have a constitution. Some of the key pieces where this comes into play is how we welcome new people into our group. And the other thing too is a commitment. So we really, because of the trust that's created in the space and that mutual support, the Chatham House rules, the work that we do, we want people that are there and pretty much there every time. This is the personal update tool. I'm not going to go into detail except to say that it talks or gets you to reflect on both the personal front and the professional front. So there is that part about looking after you as a person first and the professional piece. And in this space, we look at the challenges. So the best and worst of the last 30 days and the next 30 days and unpack that. And there's a whole lot of other pieces there too around what's important to you right now, what are you trying to achieve, and pieces too around things you need to follow up on. And finally, just wanted to wrap up with Josie's exit letter. As I said, with our constitution, we have an agreement. If you're leaving the forum, then you make a presentation. Josie couldn't be at the last forum before she retired last year. She wrote a letter. This is part of it. I did check with her last year if it was okay if I could use this at any point in the future, but I just thought that her words as a retiring principal around the forum experience speak for themselves.